Welcome back to Weekend Sunrise. Movie time now. And Melbourne DJ Ruby Rose has quickly risen to superstardom in the US thanks to the TV series Orange is the New Black. It's great.
Yeah, it is. And she just finished shooting 3 films back to back. And today we're discussing her latest role alongside Samuel L. Jackson and Vin Diesel in XXX Return of Xander Cage. And joining us now is Weekend Sunrise movie man Jason Jabba Davis and our pint-sized reviewer here, Ruby.
So it's a day for rubies, I think, isn't it? We're going to get to you in a second, Ruby. But let's start with Ruby Rose, Jabs. I mean, she's had an incredible career now in the US and just keeps on getting bigger and bigger.
As we were saying before, guys, good morning to you. Good morning, everyone. She went over to the States after her role here on MTV, and 2 years before she could get an agent, get a gig, she is just going on to great guns, literally as a sniper in a new film, which is out on Thursday. It's called XXX Return of Xander Cage. Let's have a look.
You can take the girl out of Melbourne, but you can't take Melbourne out of the girl.
I feel like I live everywhere. I'm currently living in New Zealand. I lived in Rome and South Africa and everywhere else but LA for the last little bit. But my home is Melbourne, always.
Ruby Rose's career is blossoming in Hollywood.
Does it feel like a good time to be a female in the business?
Yeah, it does. It feels like an amazing time to be a female in Hollywood and in the film industry, and I think it's beautiful watching more female filmmakers, you know, come to light as well, and there's more directors, there's more people even in the crew, camera women, writers. Orange was a fantastic thing for me to start on, to really, it spoiled me in a way because there were so many females on set and behind the cameras that I was just like, this is a revolution, this is, you know, phenomenal.
The former MTV host plays a sniper.
Xander Cage, back in action.
Did I ever leave?
Bye-bye.
I love Vin. Vin was pretty much the only person, and Samuel L. Jackson, who were attached at that point. But I've read what her backstory was and what she was doing with her spare time, so to speak. And I was like, I need to play this character. She is unbelievable. And she's definitely a little bit of Ruby in there, but she's a bit more of a daredevil than I am, probably.
Preparing for the role, this women's rights advocate was no shrinking violet.
We were firing with live ammo to begin with, so I could really feel what that kickback would be, and it's a 50 cal, so it's very decent. And then we sort of moved to sort of half and blanks and things like that. But I got to learn about the breathing, like the controlling your heart rate and the focus needed. It's a magnificent thing to have lived life the way that I have and in all the ebbs and flows, and then found my feet and feel like I'm really sort of where I'm supposed to be. And people like Vin and Tony and Sam just make you feel even more deserving and happy to be in that position, because they're so happy and gracious about everything, and it's just, I feel very lucky. Yeah.
Lucky indeed, and deserving of all the praise there, Ruby Rose. XXX Return of Xander Cage is out on Thursday. From one Ruby Rose to another, Ruby Rose is this week's guest movie reviewer. What did you see this week?
I saw Ballerina.
And what did you think of it? What is it all about?
Well, it's about a young girl called Felicie. She's an orphan and her best friend is Victor, and they both have a dream. Victor's dream is to become an inventor, and Felicie's dream is to become a prima ballerina at the opera.
And, I mean, lots of great animated films out. How would you rate this one, Ruby?
I would probably rate this one 5 stars.
5 stars?
5 stars. So you tell your friends go and see it.
You couldn't make it better.
Whoa. Now, obviously not as tough as your dad here on the
I
reviews. I think that's fantastic. 5 stars. I'm going to go see that.
Yeah, Dad, aren't you meant to say, leave a little something in the tank?
Well, it's, as Ruby said, you couldn't make the film any better. Elle Fanning stars. She's Maleficent, and she's got a sequel on the way. We're going to talk to her next week. She's in a Ben Affleck film, so great guns for her, and good job, Ruby. Ballerina,
Good
5
stuff.
stars.
Well, thank you, Ruby, and thank you to your dadager there, Jabba, as well. We're checking with you next week.